Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, sports director at Flag Family Media, here with Dragon women's basketball head coach Karla Nelson. Coach, now into the new year, you had that. I don't want to say a tune-up game, but your first game back from the New Year's break against Crookston last weekend. How do you think the team performed overall, knowing that at least you held the opponent under 50 points?
Well, defensively, I thought in the second half especially, we were really good. I thought our scheme against Miller was good. I thought the backside of our defense was good. The only thing I thought we needed to do a better job of was rebounding the ball. We gave them a possession where maybe they got 3 offensive rebounds in a row, which I hate. That is a pet peeve of mine. But I thought defensively we were good. Offensively we were a little clunky, but I can live with that.
It's an odd milestone, but still one nonetheless. Taryn Johnson got her 900th career point. I'm sure as a coach, you probably don't care too much about that, but she's approaching 1,000 career points. Abby Berge back on the court for the first time, and it's got to be nearly 2 months at this point in game action. Just how great is it to see them continue to progress and the leadership that they bring on the court as, of course, Abby gets healthier and healthier? Well,
I think first with Abby is just a matter of getting her more time in practice and her just forgetting about her ankle and just going to play. She's going to have to be way more aggressive this weekend against a CSP team and a Winona team. So I'm just trying to get her in practice, and we're not talking about the foot thing anymore. And she's going to have to go play, and she's going to have to play at a high level. And then with Taryn Johnson, I think what people don't really realize is just she shows up regardless of how she feels. Day in and day out, when she comes into practice, she's always the one that gives the energy. And I think that is really what true leadership is all about. You can't be so consumed with yourself that you forget about others. And so all these milestones that she is achieving and approaching, she certainly deserves them. But I think the most important thing that I see, the most impressive thing, is just her leadership on a day in and day out basis. At Crookston, she was getting the flu, and you would have never guessed it because, again, she just gives that energy that she's just got that competitive spirit that you just love to see, and that's, we're going to need that, in the month of January and February.
I had no idea, and we grabbed her on the mic for a couple minutes after, and she's just...
Hopefully you sanitize these things, yes.
She just was smiling and as happy as ever. She's only got, I think, one mode. That's just happy, it seems at this point. With your squad, with it being now January, it's post-Christmas, how do you approach getting a little bit more playing time for some of the younger players? Do you even have quote-unquote freshmen at this point? It's probably the best way to ask that question.
I think the biggest thing is, I'm going to play Aubrey when I feel like the matchup is best for us and is best for her, because I can't put her in against all these bigger guards. I think that she's handling herself really well, and she's getting a lot of minutes right now for a freshman. Holy cow. And she's performing at a high level. So I actually look at her as just another starter. I think the key will be is how consistent can we get Grace Mascoy to play. I think, again, when teams are playing man-to-man, I think she can really excel. Zones are another story that we're going to have to probably make some adjustments with her in the game. But and then defensively, she has to get better knowing the scout. And I think I think people crack me up all the time when they're like, well, you can teach defense. Yes, you can teach defense, but people have to be willing to learn it. And, so that's the point where we are with her. But, I like the way that our bench is playing. Addie Wagner's playing better, have a lot of confidence in her right now. But getting Berge back really just opens some things up for us from our bench standpoint.
Last thing we have for you today, a condensed weekend overall. Yeah. First time since, I think, November, about Thanksgiving, you're going to play back-to-back nights. A Friday, Saturday, Concordia St. Paul, then into Winona State. How are you approaching that as a squad, and does anything differ for you now that it's back-to-back nights?
Just prep week. We just go back to the way we used to do it. I think that the league should still be Fridays and Saturdays. I will never be an advocate for Wednesday, Saturday, or Thursday, Saturday. I will never, ever, ever think that is best for our athletes or our league. So when we get back to Fridays and Saturdays, I love it. I think that really is a true test of, the team that you have, the depth that you have, your prep during the week. You actually have to prepare. And, I love it. And it's a breath of fresh air.
Coach is happiest on true back-to-backs, right?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think that is best for our league. And, when people can say what they want, but when you get into regional play and playoffs, you might get a day off at the end, but otherwise you're playing back-to-back. So I think just suck it up and play. And I think it is better for our athletes, and it's actually better for parents and fans to watch our athletes.
Wise words from a wise coach.
Well, I don't know if I'm wise, but I have an opinion.
Awesome. Coach, thanks for coming and share your time. We're looking forward to another great couple of games this weekend.
Thanks, James.
Big game, James McCarty, alongside head coach Karla Nelson of the Dragon women's basketball team. Have a great rest of your day.